Sikorsky aircraft. Today we're celebrating a momentous event as far as the Army fleet that's been supporting our combat operations over in Iraq and Afghanistan. And to recognize the momentous event, I'd like to introduce Colonel Thorogood, responsible for utility programs at Redstone Arsenal. Colonel Thorogood.
Thanks. Well, first of all, I appreciate the opportunity to acknowledge a great accomplishment today. I want you to know, number one, how proud the Army is to be part of the Black Hawk family and what the Black Hawk brings to the Army. This program started many years ago. If you look at this poster here on the left, it really highlights the great legacy that our Black Hawk fleet currently has and is built upon over 30 years of combat operations. This aircraft here on the right is the latest version of the Black Hawk, the UH-60 Mike model Black Hawk. It brings a significant capability to our warfight. The first three of those aircraft are in Afghanistan right now with the 159th, commanded by Ron Lewis, and doing a tremendous job. The next unit will go into combat is the 1st Infantry Division out of Fort Riley, Kansas. Colonel Frank Muth is the CAB commander. All good personal close friends of mine. And they're going to take these aircraft and continue the great legacy. The great thing about the Black Hawk is that over the years, since 2003, the Black Hawk fleet has reached 1 million combat hours. So just over 3 million combat hours in aviation in general, 1 million of those in the Black Hawk fleet. So it's the Black Hawk that really is carrying the workload of the fight. When you woke up this morning, just over 400 conventional Army Black Hawks in the fight every day. Number one priority in our office is making sure those aircraft are supported and make sure the young men and young women who are just doing a tremendous job fighting those aircraft, flying those aircraft every day in combat, have every asset they need to be successful. They're not only doing that in Afghanistan, they're doing that also here in the U.S. When there's a disaster that happens, when there's a hurricane that hits, when there's a flood that happens, you watch the news, you see a Black Hawk over the families here in the U.S., recovering families from flooded areas, bringing relief supplies, bringing the needed assets they need to recover their families. Important also to this is that in the Black Hawk fleet, we also have a very large international fleet of over 800 aircraft. So the Black Hawk legacy just isn't unique to our country, it's unique to a global community, which really is a success. Of course, the other side of that is, if you're not on the friendly side of the Black Hawk, then when you see or hear a Black Hawk coming, you know that there's a fight about to happen. And so every day in Afghanistan, every day in Iraq, our young men and young women are just doing a tremendous job of maintaining the aircraft, fighting the aircraft, flying the aircraft, and getting it ready for the next day's mission. Since 1978, when the first Black Hawk was delivered to the Army, this year we've actually flown over 6 million flight hours. With a tremendous safety record. It is important that when a pilot and a crew pulls that collective on a Black Hawk, that it goes where it's supposed to go. When they turn left, the Black Hawk turns left. When the maintenance is done, they have confidence and credibility in the platform. So when they go into combat, they're ready to execute the mission, as demanding as it may be. So on behalf of the United States Army, with Sikorsky and Doug Schuyler, who is my counterpart at Sikorsky, we're proud to announce the 1,000,000th combat hour, successful combat operations since 2003, 6 million total combat hours in our 30-year history of Black Hawks, and we look forward to many, many great future hours in the Black Hawk flying missions in support of our nation and our young men and young women who are doing a tremendous job. Thank you.
Colonel, hold on a second. On behalf of Sikorsky, we'd like to present you with a 1 millionth combat flight hour coin. Thank you.